Hello, everybody, and welcome to our check-in. A few things I'd just like to clear up first. I know last time I talked about all these trees, like there's all these massive trees, and now we cleared it all out. I should have clarified that those trees were actually on the ground. They had fallen in the storm we had last year, and then one knocked over another, which knocked over another. So we had a whole bunch of, it was like a domino effect. It was crazy. But that being said, um, I had an advisory, which I try to do in the afternoon with my classes, and it was interesting because my focus was on one topic, and then it just went off the rails to something totally different, and it didn't even bother me. And it didn't bother me because I felt like that's the whole point of advisory, having these conversations. And I was thinking about a song that I heard when I was driving home today. It's called Leave the Light On. At least I think that's what it's called. Now, I'm sure there's other meanings for what that song is, but my daughter used to like dancing to that song because my older daughter dances, and she used to like dancing to it. And I never really paid attention to it. I was like, all right, it's fine. But then I was thinking about that general concept of leaving the light on. And I feel like there's two ways of going about this. The first one is, you know, if somebody is in need of help, right? Maybe they're in need of emotional help, maybe they're in need of physical help, whatever it might be. You leave your light on, okay? Because it's almost like you telling everybody, if you need me, I'm here, right? It's almost like Halloween. You have the light on. People know you can. You can go to their house to go trick-or-treating. But in this situation, you leave your light on because you're letting people know if you're down and out, just go to the light. Basically, I'm here and I will support you and help you any way possible. But on the flip side, I was also thinking about this idea of leaving the light on is if you are personally feeling down and out, you leave your light on just to let people know that you are willing to talk. You are willing to share how you are feeling. And I've always told people that, especially when in the summer, when I work with adults, teachers, we talk about advisory, and I say one of the most important things is giving kids a chance to feel safe, a kids to feel like they can open up and be themselves. And, in some of the classes that I've had over the last few weeks, I've been seeing that kids are opening up more and sharing more. And I think, I'm not going to give you all the specifics of it, obviously, but I think it's important that people just have a chance to talk, right? So, that if your friend is feeling bummed, right? Um, you know, be there for your friend, okay? We want to be supportive. We want to be those lights. We want to be the one to let everyone know, listen, if you are down and out, come to the light here, okay? We're there for you. And for all my students, and even past students, you're teachers, that's how we feel. You can come to us if you are feeling down and out. But I was just thinking about this whole concept. It was so amazing when I see students stand up for other kids and they're like, that's not right. Sometimes it's almost like it's kind of strange. So, as you're a parent, you tell your kid to do something or whatever it might be, they won't do it. Then sometimes we tell them to do things and they'll do it, even though you said the same thing, right? Also, we tell them things and they don't listen, and then another student tells them, a peer, and they listen. And I think sometimes when you can have a peer tell you, like, listen, don't accept that, people who aren't nice to you, you shouldn't be friends with them, or don't allow those people to treat you that way. Okay. My best friend would always tell me that, you don't want to be with certain people or hang out with certain people if they're not good to you. Right. Same things as adults. You don't work in companies where your boss is mean to you. You don't work in a situation where your colleagues treat you like trash. Right. So, we're all in this same battle in life to look out for one another. But one of the things, another song I was listening to, one of the lines is in this song is it says, "You forgave, and I won't forget." Basically implying that some people are. It's almost like they resist forgiveness. And it just eats at them inside, and they won't forgive. And people get this mentality that if they do anything wrong, that people are going to be so angry and they'll never forgive them for it. And I was thinking about this because, I've had students in the past and, maybe present students, if they don't do their work or they don't do something, their impression is that their teacher is going to be mad at them and they'll never let it go. And I'm just here to let you know that's not the case. That's not how it works, okay? Teachers are very forgiving. We know that you're dealing with a lot of things, and just from the questions that I've had, with students over the years, we know that work can be stressful. We know homework can be stressful. We know even in this environment of hybrid learning or 100% virtual, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of factors. Um, so, just know that if you don't get something in, reach out to your teacher, okay? We try our best to be as understanding as possible, but no, just like I started this video, our light is always on. Our chat message thing is always on, and it's not to say we'll always respond the second you send it, but know that we read them and we will try to help you any way we can. Because I've been seeing, sometimes I see a change in people. I see kind of like how they act, and I think we're all in such a unique environment. And I mean, for me, this is very difficult. Like teaching is very difficult, and it's not because teaching in general. It's just I'm a big believer in making connections, and this has been harder. However, the advisory periods have really made a big difference, and I want you guys to see that. I know that sometimes, especially as for sixth graders, you want to make some new friends, you want to meet new people, but obviously this environment is making it difficult. But I don't want you to give up hope, right? I want you to know that things are going to get better and you're going to get to meet new people. And I'm hoping the more you participate in your classes, the more you open up, I think you will start to make some real connections. And the people who have been volunteering and sharing some things about their lives, like I can't tell you like how much that means to me as your teacher, because I really want you guys to feel like you're in an environment that you feel safe enough to open up. Now, I will say this. When you're on a team, right? I like to think, if I say this in past videos, like our team is like our family, right? We look out for one another. And, I'll occasionally still send group messages to the team from last year. I mean, not as often as I did last year, but I'll send them out occasionally because we experienced something very unique. But now you guys are experiencing something very unique. And I think the important part about being part of a family is that sometimes, as a family member, we make mistakes. But the issue that I want to bring up and the concern that I have is that I don't want you to feel like if you're making mistakes and not getting things in, that to continue doing those type of things because you feel like you're already in trouble, so it doesn't matter. I don't want you to think like that, because we want what's best for you. We want you guys to be very successful. We want you guys to have good relationships, good friendships, and a good work effort and all the skills necessary to be a happy person, right? So just know that it's never too late to turn things around. So the quote that we gave today was the idea of resistance is the first step towards change, right? So resistance is the first step towards change. I always think about habits. I told my period, I don't know, maybe period 2 or period 6 yesterday in class, I used to drink soda all the time, 2-3 cans a day, like religiously. Even to the point where it was giving me chronic migraines, and I didn't care because it was just something that I did. It was a habit. And it took a long time, for me to finally break that habit. But the point is that I would never have stopped drinking if I didn't make the decision to be like, okay, enough's enough. So even though I had years of drinking it, and I know it did me not, it didn't do me a lot of good, obviously, whether it was like weight gaining or whatever it might be. I think in your situation, it's never too late to put on the brakes and say, okay, I can turn things around. Okay, so I want that for you guys to know that it's never too late. Some of the things that we've been trying to teach you, whether it's the effort part, whether it's leadership, this week is resistance. Next week we're going to talk about communication and all those skills necessary to be an excellent communicator. And the one thing that I just want to say to everybody is, when you look in the mirror, okay, when you look in the mirror, if you look at that person and say that person needs help. Now, it could be academic. Maybe you're stuck on something, but you're afraid to ask. Could be friendship. It could be you're just like bummed out. If the answer to that question is yes, then talk to somebody. Okay, talk to somebody. Okay, teacher, family member, friend, just talk to somebody. Okay, if you can look in that mirror and say, I am somebody who can make other people's lives better, then think about, well, what can you do? You know, can you give somebody a compliment, whatever it might be? Can you try to cheer them up? Now, we started a Padlet page, an inspirational wall, where we're just going to be posting uplifting messages. And if you had me last year and you see this and you want it, send me a chat message in Teams and I'll be happy to share the link with you. Because sometimes, even as an adult, we need to just look at something and be like, okay, today's going to be a good day. And you just need that little something, okay? And your parents can look at it too, because we all need it. And if you find one that's really good, maybe you could always take a picture of it, keep it on your phone, print it, whatever. But just remember, when you look in the mirror, you're looking for a few different things. One, do you feel like you need help in any area? And if you do, talk to somebody. Or if you feel like you can make someone's life better, then be the light, okay? Leave that light on for other people, right? So I'm hoping that makes sense to a degree. I'm just very impressed with some of the things that I've heard so far. And I mean, generally the kindness that I've seen out of kids, and even the kids who are like, I'll help you do this, I'll help you do that. I mean, I'm really impressed. I'm proud of you guys already. So just keep up the great work. And for people who I might have had last year, I can see you walking in the hall sometimes, maybe a little bit more confident, maybe a little happier. And I hope that's the case. And, we're always thinking about you guys because we'll forever be connected. But for all the new people who I have now, get ready for a fun ride because this year is going to be... it's going to be good. I think your character building is going to be off the charts. Awesome. Okay. So you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm enjoying this beautiful weather. The leaves are starting to change color, which for that brief time is really amazing looking and I love it. But then on the flip side, the leaf blower is going to have to come out and nonstop. But you guys have a wonderful day. And until my next check-in, peace out, people.